It's a bit of a vulnerable moment, but I just wanted to share with you guys that if I'm still here, if the spiritual social is still up and running, if I'm still able to deliver messages to you guys, it's been through sheer effort and painstaking determination not to give up. In the last months, I had to deal with so many interruptions, so many limits, so many obstacles, not to mention having to navigate intense, difficult emotions. It's been a constant effort to get up in the morning and to set my mind and my heart to align them with the power of love, peace, forgiveness, and adaptability. Because by the end of the day, usually things would be up in the air, destroyed, chaotic, and I would have to make sense of it. And this is in part because of me, because of my own inner works, of my own astrological transits, but also in part to the environment in which I find myself. And I know that a lot of you in the world right now are struggling with this. You live in chaotic environments where violence comes at you spontaneously, where you need to adapt and think on your feet very quickly, where the social world seems unnavigable, unnavigational, I don't even know. It's hard to go out and exist in the world at the moment, basically. It's hard to be yourself. It's hard to be authentic. It's hard to be loving, empathetic, kind, forgiving. It's very difficult, and we see all the conflicts and all the rage that exists in the world at the moment. So I just need to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I know that this is what I know what to do. I know that this is what I love. And I will continue to show up as best as I can. And I do apologize if my work felt tired or felt weird or chaotic. But I have to say that only through the grace of God am I here standing in front of you today. And it's been so difficult. I know that I keep showing you the smiley face, but I like to keep all of the difficulties to myself. I'm this kind of person that is a lot into emotional control. This is my recipe for success, if you want to put it like that. Although I have my moments, and I decided that next to this Lionsgate portal, I want to be a bit more vulnerable, a bit more authentic with you guys, just to let you know that you can do your best, you can overcome obstacles, just show up each day and do the best you can. I'll do the same from my point of view. I don't want to make this message too long. Another interruption is that my cat decided to eat again when I'm trying to speak. I don't know if they're activated by my voice or what's happening, but yeah, I'll do my best to keep showing up. Being loving, being peaceful, being a light worker at the moment, it's truly a battle against the dark. And it's incredibly difficult, but we're still here, we're still doing what we can do. All this being said, let's jump into this beautiful 8-8 Lionsgate, Ishtar's Gate portal and see what messages of light I'm able to deliver still to you. Hello crew, welcome to a very special pick-a-card reading. We are going to celebrate the 8 of the 8 during a year that adds up to the number 8. We have a very mystical 888 portal. We are going to be looking into messages from the goddess Ishtar, or also she's known as Inanna. For the Lionsgate portal, this is a really important spiritual event. It is an opening of energy. It is a reactivation of our hearts. And oh boy, do we need this in the world at the moment, since there are so many conflicts and so many wars and strife and arguments. Our hearts are basically resuscitated by this beautiful energy of the Lionsgate portal, also known as Ishtar's Gate, also known as the 888 manifestation portal. So a very beautiful, powerful numerological energy, but also it marks the zenith point of the sun in the northern hemisphere, as we are right now during Leo season, the brightest season of the year, when it is incredibly warm outside, and we are also during a year of solar maximum. So the sun's activity is incredibly powerful. And we've been seeing from the beginning of the year how each solar flare has been affecting the magnetosphere of our planet and has been changing our weather and also really affecting our moods, because as you guys know, human beings are reacting to weather. We are weather dependent individuals, whether we like it or not. So under such auspicious circumstances, under such powerful energies, I thought that I will pull a string of cards for you so that we can look into what messages does the goddess Ishtar want to convey to you. I have here a choice of 4 different cards. I thought of choosing symbols that exist on Ishtar's gate. She's usually known to be represented by a 5-pointed star, but I have here, well, we're making some poetic license because these are the cards that I could find. We have here an 8-pointed star that represents the ascendant in astrology and the descendant. I just thought that they look amazing when you couple them together. And we also have here, of course, the lion and the head of a bull. These are some of the symbols, the animals present on Ishtar's gate. Now, a couple of things about Ishtar. She is the goddess of war, pleasure, and love in Mesopotamian lore. In Sumerian, she is known as Inanna. She used to be a very fierce but revered deity. In the past, most of the divine feminines that were worshipped, they were associated with both fierceness but also with love and loyalty and beauty. It was a sense of feminine power containing both dark and light. If you think about how in Hinduism we have Durga and Kali Ma, or if you think about how in Nordic cultures we have Freya. So these goddesses were not just pretty, beautiful, and that's it. They also contain the seeds of wrath inside of them. They would light up and activate a sense of divine anger and righteousness whenever what they loved and what they protected was being threatened. So I really love this energy, and I think this energy is so important right now. We're seeing part of this fierceful beauty that is being activated in the Summer Olympics with all of the women who are competing right now and winning medal upon medal, showing us that strength and beauty can coexist. So on this note, sorry, I think I kind of drew from a lot of many different resources. I think that it would be wise for us to begin by dedicating an hymn to the goddess Ishtar so that we can summon her, so that we can invoke her, and that she can preside over this reading. I already have brought some rose petals here, and I have my really powerful dagger, and I'm going to, well, it's a dagger that is also a broom, and we're going to wipe away the negative energies. And it's also marked with tiger's eye, and tiger's eye is a powerful courage-inducing crystal. And we see here the beautiful goddess Ishtar. So, in praise to the goddess Ishtar, we dedicate the following hymn, which actually exists and has been preserved on in cuneiform in ancient Akkadian. That was the language that it was originally written in. Sing of the goddess, most awe-inspiring of goddesses. Let the mistress of peoples be praised, the greatest of the Igigi gods. Sing of Ishtar, most awe-inspiring of goddesses. Let the mistress of womanfolk be praised, the greatest of the Igigi gods. She is clothed in pleasure and seduction, endowed with voluptuousness, glamour, and allure. Ishtar is clothed in pleasure and seduction, endowed with voluptuousness, glamour, and allure. At her lips drips honey sweetness. Her mouth is life itself. Tryst blossom as suits her nature. She is splendid. Seduction magic rests upon her head. Her markings are beautiful. Her eyes are prismatic and iridescent. God bless, so may it be. May we call upon the beautiful power and magic of the goddess Ishtar, the goddess Inanna, to come through and bless us with messages of love and light. God bless, so may it be. As you guys know, it is assumed that the myth of the goddess Ishtar was further transported into the Egyptian mythology, and she became goddess Isis. So because I do not have an Ishtar oracle, I pulled some cards from the Oracle of Isis by Alana Fairchild. All of the cards I'm using in this reading are linked in the description box below if you want to have a look at them, if you want to maybe purchase these oracle and tarot decks for yourself. But I want you to focus now on the images after we have invoked the beautiful presence of the goddess Ishtar in this reading to preside over us. And please choose one of these beautiful cards. So either the Lion for group 1, the Ascendant, the entrance point for group 2, the Descendant, the invitation to connect for group 3, or the Bull card. You don't have to be a Leo or a Taurus to choose these cards. You can be whichever of the signs you may be feeling especially Leonic or Taurian in this period, or you just appreciate the symbols. Now, if you have made your choice, I cannot wait to see what messages of light does the goddess Ishtar have for you on this very special 8-8 activation portal day. Let's see you at your pile. Hey group 1, let's find out in this reading what 8-8 activation portal messages you need to hear at this point in time for your spiritual growth and evolution. So this is for those of you who are drawn to the powerful image of the lion. It's an animal that is present on Ishtar's gate, the actual gate. So we see here with the Leonic energy a need to be able to speak up and defend yourself, a need to just roar through life's challenges, the fierce energy of confidence, boldness, and self-assuredness. You may be a Leo or have some planets in Leo, or you just need to activate more of this powerful, majestic, royal energy in your life. You could have also been faced with situations of conflict that you needed to overcome with a lot of maturity, growth, but also with some steadfast intimidation tactics. So let's see, what cards were you given? Okay, wow. So your animal spirit is not only the lion, but also the wolf. Such powerful presences. We have here the Beta of Spirit Wolf. The Chariot of Ascension. Immediately I can see that amethyst is one of the crystals that can help you activate this energy. Spiritual work of the higher initiate. I chose an emissary for each specific group, a goddess that represents Ishtar's energy specifically for you. And this goddess in your group is Sophia, the goddess of divine wisdom. We also see here with Apophyllite, Curiosity, Jupiter. Oh, blessings. And I can see here as well Salamander, Ouroboros, Creative Work, Infinite Wisdom, Alchemy. Your tarot cards are Four of Pentacles, Mizrael, God liberating the oppressed, Self-Atonement, Cures mental illness, Deliverance from persecution. Hahuya, the Knight of Wands, God the good in himself, protection, prevents discovery of secret crimes, saves exiles. And Mebahel, Eight of Swords, God protector and savior, truth and justice, protection from enemies who would steal one's fortune. Whoa, wow. First of all, a powerful message that comes through. You had to deal with so much, so many problems, so many issues. I'm sure that you empathize with the message that I placed in my introduction. I cannot believe how well it resonates. You need to know that you are not the victim. In spite of the hardship that keeps coming your way a mile a minute, you are not a victim. You are an incredibly strong individual, capable of pulling yourself by the bootstraps under tough circumstances. I want to begin first of all with the message of the Spirit Wolf, since it is such a powerful energy in this reading of yours. So let's see. Give yourself enough rest. Only then will you be able to ground yourself enough to cultivate focus and motivation to fulfill your path. You will find a way through any tricky situation as you tune into your instincts and trust your own timing. From times of change and uncertainty comes confidence, love, and resilience. Embrace transition, commit to your tasks, and stay focused, but be flexible in your approach. You have the skill to intuitively handle any issue. The Spirit Wolf skillfully guides you through transition and uncertainty. So this is a time in which your instinct, your intuition, and your sense of presence is multiplied. You may be feeling a little bit flooded with adrenaline. You could wake up in the morning and it could be that your cortisol levels are on high. You may have to deal with a lot of changing circumstances. Obviously, this is not a situation that will be sustainable for the rest of your life. You need to understand that what you're going through at the moment, it's just a period. It is temporary. It has limits. It has begun and it will end. You are in the thick of it, and that's why it feels so overwhelming. But you have hidden support from messengers from the world beyond the veil. You need to be a bit more mindful of that and to call upon them to help you. Whatever begins bad can always end up with a good outcome as long as you maintain faith. And as long as you do the work of transforming every negative emotion, every difficult encounter, every violent person's energy into something meaningful, into something positive. It's almost like you get attacked by a rabid dog and you manage to calm that dog down by just not reacting with violence or force, but just by simply staying your ground and believing that dog is good. I'm going to find a way to get it the medical treatment it needs. I will not jump ahead and create even more conflict. I am going to calm the situation down. Obviously, this is an extreme example with the rabid dog. It is quite hard to control an unconscious animal, but I feel very strongly that you have such a force field. You literally change things as you walk into a room in this period. You may be astounded at the way that people react to you. People could literally make space around you as you walk into the public world. Or it could be that people come to you and you don't know why you keep attracting people left and right. They need your advice, they need your guidance, they need your calm, strong energy. It is up to you to decide whether you are going to give it to them or not, but I see very strongly that the more you are present and steadfast in the way you show up in the world, and you make a commitment to yourself that nobody is going to mess with me, nobody is going to put me off my center, I am going to stubbornly plow ahead with my goals, then this is exactly what you'll manifest. I want to see the message of the Chariot of Ascension because I feel that you are being initiated. I feel like Sophia is your guiding light, your initiatrix. And by reading a lot of maybe hymns, poetry, I feel like a lot of news pieces, you may be reading reports, you may be reading books. You are cultivating your mind at the moment, and you're trying to find a way to create situations where there is mind over matter. You are finding ways to use your third chakra and your crown chakra, the higher minded chakras in the human body, those energy points that do connect us to the world of the divine. You're trying to use these two energy points to manipulate the energy around you. Some of you could be into reality shifting. Some of you may be trying to astral travel. Others of you could really be focused on lucid dreaming. You are trying to find mental modalities of really impacting the environment around you. And some of you could actually be studying occult scriptures or mentalist practices to try to bend things around you, to try to bend matter, to even go beyond the matrix of our everyday reality. Now, the message of the Chariot of Ascension, or the Merkaba, is your soul wishes to travel more freely between the dimensions of higher reality. This is to allow for conscious spirit communication, the free flow of soul, light into the physical body, and the joining in divine harmony of heaven and earth. It requires a powerful consciousness to do this. The Merkaba, the Chariot of Ascension and Soul Fire, is the spiritual gift to attain these divine purposes, available to you as you are increasingly walking the path of the High Initiate. It seems like you are on the path of spiritual ascension. Keep doing what you've been doing. Hold fast. With the Four of Pentacles, you need to be very possessive of the knowledge that is coming your way. Knowledge which may feel a little bit difficult to interpret, a little bit hard to put into words, to feel that it works or that it can be applied practically into your life. Some of you are also learning about how to read tarot, how to interpret astrology. You may be struggling with all sorts of symbols. I'm hearing that some of you are into Zoroastrian knowledge, the deciphering of occult symbols as well. Rosicrucianism could be something you could be delving into at the moment. Some of you could be studying divinity studies as an academic resource at the university. Others of you could be writing a book on an occult topic and you need to do the research. And I feel that Sophia is guiding you on this path towards acquiring knowledge and being really possessive with it until the finished product can be released to the collective. Do not share your ideas with other people. Share the finished product. Share the philosophy you have developed, what you have learned from life's challenges. Share that with the public, but don't share so much of the behind-the-scenes process. Sophia is here to let you know that human wisdom comes from personal experience, but divine wisdom is unknown to our life experience. When we ask for help, we are asking for guidance from a source greater than us, a great unknowable mystery. When we receive this knowledge, it is often life-altering and affects us in ways beyond our comprehension. The Gnostic goddess Sophia, who brought the material world into being, arrives to show you how fate and destiny operate in relationship to synchronicity. When you least expect it, opportunities and meetings spring up into your life as if out of nowhere. Your life begins to work out and you sense your alignment with a higher purpose and power. Trust that you are divinely protected and directed. Practice the act of faith before results. This is an essential key in co-creating your world. So you will begin to see that indeed you have an effect, that your thoughts have an effect on your reality, that you are able, just by placing your faith in the unknown, to start seeing the next steps ahead. This is a really wonderful, wonderful step forward in your spiritual journey. Sophia is here to guide the path, but as well as the spirit animals that you felt drawn towards, the beta of spirit wolf or just the spirit wolf in general, and the Leo, the lion. We have here as well ametrine. I also feel that charoite is a really good crystal for you, as well as amethyst, and of course with the apophyllite that we mentioned here. So you are definitely on the brink of having many beautiful mental discoveries. You're drawing a lot of mental pleasure. You're having a lot of insights into how to solve riddles and puzzles. You could even win some competitions at the moment, competitions that require you to dive deep into your encyclopedic knowledge about a specific subject. Follow the path of your curiosity. Don't tell people, or don't let people, better said, don't let people tell you what you should be interested in. If you have an obscure passion for needlework, or if you feel super drawn towards collecting cards, vintage automobile cards, or if you feel like you really need to learn how to cook medieval recipes all of a sudden, go for that. Follow that curiosity, follow that passion. It will lead you towards more people that you can connect with, people that you can share your experiences with, ideas of how to transform your passion into a source of income, and many opportunities and invitations for you to share your knowledge with other people. So don't hold yourself back. I see as well that if you're working towards a degree, if you need to finish some sort of academic work, if you need to finish a book project, if you're ghostwriting something, it will be met with success. So hand in the paperwork. Don't be so worried about the criticism, about the feedback. The feedback would most likely be positive, even if you may need to tweak a couple of things here and there. The feedback will be positive. You may receive a book contract or sign a book deal in this period. You may offer some people the rights to tell the story of your life, especially if you had a really interesting and adventurous life. People can learn from your life experience this far, but I also see that you're opening up to a wealth of knowledge coming your way. You will literally be feeling in the next period like there are not enough hours in the day for you to learn everything you are curious about absorbing. So take very good care of your body as well. Make sure that you get some sleep and that you keep hydrated, as your mind will be diving into these unknown factors that you will find the answers to. This is beautiful. I feel like at the same time as this will be happening, God will be working in your favor to deliver you from a martyr's complex. If you felt like other people were always somehow attacking you or taking things away from you, just so you know you are protected and you can safely let go of other social commitments temporarily as you go down these rabbit holes of knowledge and come up with a lot of interesting facts and interesting information, which you can then use to establish more wealth and abundance in your life. This is the message that I had for you, Group 1. I'm so happy that we were not interrupted, that I was allowed to transmit this message in a spiritual flow. Take good care of yourself during this Lionsgate portal activation. I love you so much. See you next time. Bye. Hi, Group 2. So this will be an 8-8 activation portal message for those of you that were drawn to the Ascendant card, the entry point. The Ascendant is one of the most visible parts of our birth charts, usually in combination with the midheaven. It shows our style, our public image, our outer coating. And this is one half of the star that I dedicated to Ishtar in this reading. Now let's see what messages we have here for you. We have 2 special oracle cards. We have the wings of Isis, uniting with the angelic self. Whoa. You're returning to your fate, it seems. We have Lasya of Parvati. We also have here Michael, the Empress, Godfather the Generous, fertility and fruitfulness, assurance, peace between married couples. We also have here Nithaya, the Magician, the Generous God, spiritual wisdom and magic, helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. The truth shall be revealed to you. We have the Queen of Wands, Elamaya, the Hidden God, divine power, guards against mental troubles. Okay, so a good message of good health. Then we also have here as a messenger of Ishtar, we have Gaia, the goddess that has been granted to you to bring you more grounding, more stability, a sense of safety. Then we also have here Resolve, the desert jasper, Vesta. We have here another goddess of the home and the hearth. And we finally have secret seances, spirit world, messages of assistance and memories. My goodness, right off the bat, I can see that more confidence is entering into your life. If you have recently been feeling like you don't have it, there's no mojo, there's no libido, you no longer feel sensual energy coursing through your body, you felt unloved, undesired, neglected, unprioritized, well, all of these things are going to change with the energy of this 8-8 portal. More power is coming to you, especially willpower. You will be able to pull rabbits out of your hat with the Magician card here. Your generosity, your good karma is going to be repaid tenfold, because I see here not only do you have one of the boldest, most magical queens in the suit card, the Queen of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy, but you also have the Empress. So already we can see Leonic and Taurian powers, much like the 2 animals guarding Ishtar's gate. I see very clearly good news related to your mental and physical health. I see as well that a relationship that you thought was dead or that it was beyond saving will reconcile. You will be able to come back together with a partner that will be generous to you. I see that a pregnancy is in the cards for you. A person will see your value, your worth, will want to take care of you, will want to have a family with you. I see as well that you will find out some things will transpire, secret seances, and the fact that we have here helps discover hidden secrets. You will be able to ask the right questions and find out clear answers to whatever it is that you felt was blocking you. The message of Gaia right now is the following, because I feel like she's bringing you so much safety and stability. And again, the Empress with Gaia is a double indicator of the capacity for you to get pregnant, to have a child, or to spend more time with your children if you already have them. Being grounded, slowing down, and remaining present in your body is the message of the Greek goddess Gaia that she is bringing to you right now. Perhaps you've spent too much time in your head lately and you have not taken as good care of yourself as you would have liked. Get into a rhythm, make sure you get enough sleep, commit to spending more time in nature, and eat sustainably with conscious awareness. Gaia, the earth, mother of all life, invites you to pay attention to your body, for you are a creature of the earth as well as spirit. And there is a string of hair tickling my nose, so this is another indication that potentially angels are present in your reading, helping to reinforce this message. If your body is giving you signs, clues, itches, states of discomfort, feelings of hunger, pangs, listen to your body and the spirit. Your body is your greatest tool to be able to know how to behave in a given situation. You are part of this living earth, which is the foundation for all of life that has a physical form. What form does your life take? This is the perfect time to take a closer look to ensure you're happy with it. You're also asked to examine the foundation of what you're building now. Does it feel solid and stable? Now is the perfect time to focus on stability and security, ensuring you move forward in a grounded way. The goddess Gaia reminds you that the earth is the playground for conscious manifestation, so be respectful of this truth. I also see that if you have any endeavors related to agriculture, the buying of land, the purchasing of a property, the redecoration of a home, they will be met with success. And I feel that this message is reinforced by the Wings of Isis card. So let's see what wisdom she brings us. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into this human culture. This oracle brings you angelic assistance and intervention and confirmation that any impressions you may have had that you belong not only to the human kingdom but also to the angelic one are correct. I also need to mention here that with so much Taurus energy, there could be an unblocking of your throat chakra, and I am feeling like my voice is a little bit trembling, it's a little bit raspy in your reading. Give me a second. It feels like you are going to revise certain things that have been draining you of confidence. You are going to go back and you are going to rehydrate a situation that has lost its life, its lackluster. Anything related to physical achievements, physical ways in which you build a solid life, such as getting pregnant, purchasing a home, grounding your business into some core values that will make it unshakable. These are aspects which I see you will thrive at in the coming period. Overall, there is so much more confidence and sensual power coming your way. You will be shocked to see how many compliments you will receive in the coming period, how many people will stop and stare at you on the streets, how many people will come towards you for advice. You may struggle at the beginning to speak with authority, as I feel as well that there is some major blocks here at your throat chakra, but they will be released gradually as you persevere and as you push whatever blocks and push against whatever limitations and fears you may encounter in this coming period. Let's bring more light into this and see what Lasya of Parvati has to convey to you. There is a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. So Parvati is the universal mother in her gentle aspect. Although, as with all mothers, her fierce side will emerge if it's needed to protect her children. So I see very clearly here that you will not hold back. If you need to protect something, the fierce side of your femininity will come out of you and you will no longer be ashamed. You will no longer feel sad or incredibly ashamed if you lost your shiz, right? If you explode on somebody, if you actually are assertive and you push the energy away, you will no longer feel like, oh my God, I did such an awful thing. No, because there is such a thing as righteous anger. However, I see that as soon as you will release this beast that wants to come out and defend and protect, You will be better able to control it. The magician has power over the world that we see, the obvious world, and the world beyond the veils, the world that very few of us have access to, and the world that we can access only in states of trance or as we are in between states of consciousness. So you will be able to not only bring out aspects that you kept in your shadow, but as the ultimate culmination of shadow work, you will be able to control whatever comes out of your shadow. Let's say you have a lot of anger parked in your shadow because you are always taught to people please, you are always taught to be nice and kind. Somebody comes and wants to mess with your children, with your abundance, with your beauty. Somebody disrespects you, tries to take away, tries to steal from your hard work. The beast comes out of you, that anger comes out, and it is pushed back against your enemy with so much force that you will surprise yourself. But once it has become obvious and known that you feel in this way, you are then able to take that anger and put it on a leash. By being aware of uncomfortable feelings, you are able to control them. And this is what's going to help you rise in self-respect, self-love, and ultimately it will only magnetize people towards you because you will have integrated your dark feminine aspect within your light feminine aspect. Gaia is here to help you maintain focus and stability, to help you feel safe as you come across difficult, conflicting moments in your life and as you start facing aspects of your own inner shadow. I see that with the desert jasper, a crystal which I highly recommend that you wear in this period, you will find a good resolution, a forgiving outcome, a kind debate at the end of each conflict. There will be something to grow from. There will be a compromise that will be established for both parties to walk away without injury, without fear. So sometimes conflicts appear in our lives so that they can decrustify things and patterns that are no longer working in our lives. And as terrifying as it could be, conflict is a source of growth in times. It shouldn't happen all the time and 3 times a day, because that will lead to trauma and to intense dissociation from the world. But in time to time, from time to time, there is this portal of energy opening up, which helps you confront a deep truth about yourself, a deep part of your shadow aspect. And then you can make it your proverbial biatch. Yeah, by putting it on the leash and saying, well, I am capable of this fury. Wow, what an interesting thing I'm learning about myself. Okay, the next time when somebody comes at me with that attitude, I know what to do. I know what I feel. I know what I'm capable of. So you're getting an entry point into your inner self. This portal will magnify people towards you because you will radiate so much light as you are drawing from your inner darkness. It may seem paradoxical, but this is how light and dark works. You will be able to manifest any physical goal, especially anything related to home issues, house relocation, home redecoration, purchasing a home, selling a property, buying land, working the land, and becoming fertile yourself. Fertile with ideas, with creative projects that you want to give birth to, and also to actual physical children. On this note, I feel I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for being with me. God bless. I'm so happy that I was able to deliver this message to you without interruptions. Have a wonderful 8/8 activation portal, and may you go ahead and be victorious. I love you so much. Bye. Hi, Group 3. So this will be an activation portal, 8/8 messages for you. Let's find out what Ishtar has to convey to you during these really magical, energetic times. So we have here the Descendant card. The Descendant in astrology pertains to that part of ourselves that is not very obvious to us, but it is obvious to other people. That part that gets activated when we relate to other people. It is all about other persons, otherness, relationships. It is also about love and contractual agreements, things that we tend to commit long-term to other people through our words, through our communication. Ruled by the energy of Libra, Venus, it represents the 7th house usually in a person's chart. And it is all about how you create yourself by coming into contact with individuals that show you, each one in their own way, a little bit more about yourself. So you are drawn to this very relational energy, this kind of shadowy energy as well. Some people consider the seventh house to be the reservoir of our shadow self desires and emotions, and these get activated in our personal connections. Much like when you are in a relationship, sometimes unconscious forces play out between you and your lover. You do certain things, you say certain things, but you don't know why you keep doing them, why you keep saying them. That's the seventh house energy. Okay, keeping this in mind, let's see what messages you're getting here from the cards. So we have proper burial for freedom, sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. Wow. We also have here Sovereign Queen Maeve, number 14. Some of you are celebrating your 40th, so happy birthday. I just felt the need to say this message. Then we have the Emperor, Michael, like unto God. Political authority, gives safe travel, and protects against conspiracies. We also have Hahahel, Four of Swords, the God of Trinity. Mission, protects against slander and impious people. I feel like your reputation will be restored in the coming period. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles, Manadel, the Honorable God. Inner and outer work, helps one keep their job, protects against disasters. Yes, definitely. You will have success, especially in a matter related to going to court, in a trial, in a suit with somebody. So we also have here Iris as an emissary of the goddess Ishtar. I also decided to give you guys a specific goddesses. And you have here the goddess Iris, the goddess of rainbows. We see here communication. Then we also have Shakti, divine feminine presence, solar plexus chakra, and tangerine quartz. So this is your lucky crystal. And we also have here herbal craft, regeneration, plant medicine, caretaker, and bloomer. Number 7. Potions, spells, words that are cast in a way that represents spells. Your words are very powerful in this period. They could also create a blessing onto somebody, but they may also easily curse other people. I feel like your relationships are front and center. I have good news for you in anything related to strife, competition, problems at work especially. If you were owed sums of money, if you engaged in some sort of trial or legal proceedings because somebody was harassing you at work, there is a peaceful resolution. You will have success. The person you are competing against or arguing against or making a case against, that person will back down. You will receive the income, the gifts, and the remuneration that is meant to come to you. You may have had to suffer a defeat, a little death before your resurrection. So whatever didn't kill you only made you stronger. You just had to show determination and perseverance. And I feel that with the activation of the Lionsgate portal, you will be resurrected. It's like you're coming back to life in one of the most beautiful ways possible. And you will thrive against anybody who tried to slander you, who tried to attack your reputation, who tried to tell you that the goods and services or the work you were doing was not of high quality, was poor or inefficient. If people try to steal money from you, they will be returned. Something honorable, like an honorable solution to your situation, is coming your way, and you will feel sovereign. You will feel like you are on top of the situation, and it will be a remarkable achievement because it almost looks like you died, you were humiliated, you felt like everything was against you, and all of a sudden, boom, whoosh, the energy is exploding and it's like you are on top. If you were the last one, now you are the first. If you were the neglected one, the bullied one, now you are the chosen one. Now you are the one that sits in front of a public and says, this is who I am, and people applaud instead of like boo you off the stage. There is a feeling that you had to go through this metaphorical death of the spirit. You had to go through these uncomfortable situations so that you know your own strength, so that you plan better, you learn how to protect yourself, and especially you learn how to safeguard your finances. To a large extent, the reward that is coming your way with the activation of this portal will be financial. It will be something that you have been expecting, and it will be for something that you have been struggling to maintain in your life. If people were blocking the way you were working, now all the blocks will be removed. God bless, so may it be. This is so important. I feel like nobody will mess with your abundance if they had to do that in the past. The goddess Iris is also bringing a harbinger of good luck related to any written or verbal communication. Clarity in communication is called for, as your words will have great impact on others right now. It's a wonderful time to start writing that book, telling new stories, and sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others. You have everyone's ears, so choose your message wisely. Others will also desire positive and fruitful communication with you, so get ready for some amazing new opportunities to come from these discussions. Just remember to stay open and be clear about expressing your deepest desires, always speaking with integrity, kindness, and respect for yourself and for others. The Greek messenger goddess Iris is thrilled to help your words take flight. Communication improves in all your relationship when she comes to visit. Most important, however, Iris reminds you of the communication you have with the universe. You are in a mutual dialogue, and now is the time to pay attention to the signs and omens in your life. Trust this important yet subtle communication. It will never lead you astray when you listen and act accordingly. Exactly. As I mentioned, and I felt guided to say intuitively, your words have power at the moment. They can be cast as a blessing or a curse. You can literally spellbind people with your words. And the best way to manifest this energy is to write public speeches, is to publish video essays, is to maybe hold a lecture. Appear in front of the world and share what you have learned so far with modesty and kindness, but do it nonetheless. You will only benefit from this, and people will benefit from your beautiful work. I want to see the message of Sovereign Queen Maeve because it is one most powerful, and she is one of my favorite light worker cards in this deck. Value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well-intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You are going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds, so open your heart and mind to the light. As the portal between everyday reality and the rapture of unchecked aliveness stands Sovereign Queen Maeve. She is an initiatrix, taking us beyond the constraints of polite moralism and into the bliss, sacred passion, grit, and astuteness needed to cultivate and protect the light. Goddess, warrior, queen of the Fae, and fearless guardian and protector of territory, Maeve is wild and determined. Maeve is the instinct to engage when challenged, to call on recruits, and use all the inner wisdom and talent at your disposal so you can assert the light and refuse to be put down or denied your rightful place. Exactly. I cannot have expressed it better. So it feels like you will not be pushed to the side. You will not be shaken and stirred. You will be a rock, a mountain. Nobody is going to be able to F with you or mess with you anymore. You will have proven your strength and people will back down. Either they are with you, helping you achieve your goals, or they walk away from you. No longer will they stand against you. I feel like you had to push against such resistance in order to get your bag, in order to just be able to make ends meet, in order to cultivate ideas and to release them out there. You pushed so heavily. But now I feel that with this beautiful energy of the solar plexus chakra, confidence is bursting out. A confidence that is unshakable, unmovable, okay? I'm kind of feeling like I should make a joke about James's Bond drink, you know, shaken, not stirred, his dry martini. But yeah, you are not James Bond's drink. Yeah, you cannot be shaken and stirred. You are just somebody who is incredibly solid right now. So all the hardships served as a purpose to make you solid. The Emperor, Aries energy. But it's beautiful to see the Emperor next to the Four of Swords, because this means with the Four of Swords, your courage will be in some way rewarded with peace of mind, silence, stillness. And next to it, Ten of Pentacles, wealth, abundance, honor, awards, certificates, degrees, congratulations. Group 3, you've made it. This is it. This is your threshold. You have passed the test of the guardian of the threshold, who is exceedingly cruel to you. But now you have managed to overcome the test, the limitations. The Sphinx will not eat you. You solved the riddle and you're walking through the portal. I really want to see the message from Osiris, because this is your activation. You're coming back to life, baby. In order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us, which is better left to die, though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen. Osiris, Lord of the Dead, guides you now to release that which no longer needs to be part of your life so that you may be free. Trust that Osiris will love and protect that which is released into his care through the world of death. Death too becomes new life. There is nothing to fear and everything to gain. I also have a special message for those of you out there who may have lost a lover, a relative, a friend, a child. God bless your beautiful heart. You will be able to gravitate towards better people and a new environment where you can heal, where you can patch and mend your broken heart, and where you will be able to reconstruct your life. New people are coming in, new opportunities to relate and to create new life if that is what you so wish. Wow, on this blessed, powerful note, I thank you so much for listening. I love you guys so much. This has been such a powerful message, and I cannot believe how connected these messages are to what I said in the introduction to this reading. It may be difficult to exist in the world as a light worker, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible. Keep being true to yourself. Keep spreading the love, spread the light, even under impossible circumstances. The possible can still happen. I'm sending you so much love. Bye. Hi, Group 4. Let's find out what 8-8 activation portals are necessary for you to hear at this point in time. This is a message for those of you that were drawn to the bull's head, the Taurus card. This is one of the animals symbolized on Ishtar's gate. It represents steadfast determination, abundance, fertility, but also an earthy kind of sensuality. So, all this being said, let's see the cards that you have. The Goddess of 10,000 Names, Isis, endless emanation of the Priestess. Yogini of 285 Hertz. As an emissary of the goddess Ishtar, I decided to give you guys a goddess specifically to your pile, and we have here Maya, the illusion. Okay. We also see here Nanael, the Ten of Wands, God humiliating the proud. Spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. Rochelle, King of Cups, God seeing everything, and we see here restitution, finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. We see here with the Five of Swords, Yahel, God the highest being, desire to know and the acquisition of wisdom. We see here lace agate, this is your lucky crystal in this period, adaptability and the element of air. And we also have here Earth Mother, psychic recharge, grounded healer, mentor, and layers, number 4. Right off the bat, I can tell you that this 8-8 activation portal is going to bring you some sort of success over people that may have tried to tell the world that there is something wrong with you in terms of your knowledge, your skills, and your expertise. Some of you may have had academic debates or academic issues, getting a degree, supporting a viva, and I feel like these are going to be cleared out. If there were people that are trying to somehow take you down and say that there is something wrong with how you do your work, with how you teach, with how you mentor other people, these people will be proven wrong. I see very clearly that there is more compassion coming into a situation that felt very difficult. You will reach a resolution with a father figure or a therapist. If you have been undergoing psychotherapeutical work or counseling, you are trying to get better, to detoxify, to improve your mental health. I see that you will have a breakthrough in your therapist's office as you are having a conversation. You will finally understand something. The pieces will fall together into a puzzle, and you will experience a moment of holistic health, which I like to call the warmth. It's kind of like a blessing falling upon you all of a sudden in that specific moment. So I see that all the good inner work you have been putting effort into is now going to reach a moment of culmination. You will finally get a breakthrough. A pattern that you have been struggling to change will be clear, and it will emerge as obvious to you. You will have these moments of, wow, now I get it. I understand. How was I not able to see this? It was right in front of me. Oh my God. These are overwhelming states that you will go through, and all of a sudden things will make sense. Things that were confusing, unclear, puzzling to you, things that were draining you of energy because you would go to bed wondering and wake up wondering. These things are going to be put to rest, and there will be some psychic energy released. You will be released from the mental clasp into which you have found yourself in the previous months. I see here an endless source of energy. So if you have been feeling drained, low in energy, pessimistic, moody, if you have been struggling to find the resources to get out of bed in the morning, to eat, maybe you've been feeling like food and drinks no longer tasted good anymore. Maybe you've been feeling like there is not much to be excited about. Maybe your emotions were very low, or like almost to the back burner. It's like you decided to no longer feel, or all of a sudden you can't feel as intensely as you did in the past. Well, I see that you are reawakening to these sensations of the world. Some issues that were plaguing your hands will be resolved, as well as you will be protected from danger. If you have to do some sort of work that involves your hands and you are worried about it, I feel like your hands will be protected. If you had to go to court because something happened at work, something that injured your hands, I see that you will receive some good news related to a payment that will be made to you so that you can get access to the necessary health resources and heal your hands, heal your affected body part. I also feel like there is a bit more tenderness. Things will be handled with care and sensitivity in situations in which you really had to struggle to put your point across. If you have been going at it with your parent, with a man in a position of authority, if you have been receiving a lot of delays and maybe even ghosting situations, you tried to get your message across to this King of Cups and he just wouldn't budge, he wouldn't reply, he was nowhere to be found, he was being mysterious for no reason at all. Well, things are going to decalcify in this connection with them. You are finally going to be able to communicate with this person, be it in a connection that involves a family arrangement. You will finally be able to make yourself understood in a connection to a father figure, or in a romantic situation, a situation that was very blurry, that may have led to ghosting, is going to be resolved. You will hear news from this lover, and this lover is going to clarify what has been going on. There has been a tug of war in your personal connections, needing to be right, needing to know the truth. Do it my way. No, you do it my way. All of these struggles, all of these burdens you've been carrying, I feel are now going to be washed away by compassion. People and places and situations will come at a point of resolution. Now, in terms of Maya, I do want you to keep in mind that things were not as they seemed. This is why you were struggling to know the truth, to understand what is going on, because what you were seeing, hearing, and interacting with was not the reality. So I see here that when you look at the world, everything you see appears to be real. So it's easy to imagine that your current conditions are influenced only by obvious actions and calculated movements. But this is an illusion, as everything is intrinsically connected, though not visible to us due to the limitations imposed on our perception by our 5 senses. Multicultural goddess of illusion, Maya, who appears in Hindu, Buddhist, Greco-Roman, and Scandinavian spiritual tradition and myths, calls you to trust that the invisible world is responding to your deepest desires and intentions to make a better life for yourself and others. You are able to see through the curtain of illusions. Your clarity and intuition is heightened as your next steps are sure-footed. When the goddess Maya chooses to help you, trust that everything you need arises from your world with ease. Exactly. The veil will be lifted. If you were not loved, not understood, not helped or protected by an important man in your life to whom you are emotionally attached to, this situation will finally become clear to you. The love will become evident. The barriers, the communication problems that you guys had will be resolved. After much effort and struggle to hold a lot of uncertainty in your life, you will be rewarded with release, liberation, freedom. You will finally understand why you had to go through these difficult moments with that specific individual, and you will see the lesson, the wise lesson inherent in that difficult situation. And this reminds me of the yogini. So, changes in your life, including closing doors or missed opportunities, are not going to derail your fulfillment. Realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. You are being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering. Trust in how your life path is unfolding. Stay true to your authentic healing journey because it is working, whether you realize that or not. Significant inner healing is taking place. So you have here the energy of a yogini, a wise female spiritual adept, which usually appeared in iconography and images in Nepal, Tibet, and India. But this is also like the universal energy of finding peacefulness in periods of chaos. So when this card appears in a reading, it is a sign that you are on a powerful healing journey to connect mind, body, and soul with the truth of your spiritual nature. You are working at an inner level to let go of pain from the past, and to open up to grace, to dignity, and to respect in the present moment. So I feel like you are going to move a step up in your spiritual journey. You may be seeing 7-7 everywhere, 777, 777. This is the number of Christ consciousness, making sense of the difficulties of life, trying to interpret any slap on the face as a capacity, a chance for you to grow, right? As you know, in the Bible, turn the other cheek. So it's not an understanding that you should accept violence or that you should in some way tolerate it or reproduce it, but it's a way to make sense of the violence that you witness in the world around you, and the violence that to a certain extent exists inside of you as well, because none of us are exempt from our animalistic instincts. We are part animal, part divine. That is the nature of humanity. So I feel very clearly that some multifaceted energies will emerge, much like in the Goddess of 10,000 Names. In this gorgeous card, I feel like you're understanding that you can be a person with complexity, that you are not just right or wrong. You are seeing beyond the illusion of who you thought you were. And I'm giving this flower to you as well because I see that it arrived. You may benefit by listening from some of my flower petal readings. I have a whole playlist of them, so make sure to check out those messages again. It is Mercury retrograde, so you may need to revisit some of those messages if you have already heard all of them. Coming back to the message of the Goddess of 10,000 Names, you're understanding that you are complex, that you are a human being with many different layers. Isis, with many names, forms, associations, and expressions, is referred to as the Goddess of 10,000 Names. A name holds power. It defines and energizes, or it can limit us. The names, faces, and roles that you play are just one part of your being, yet you exist beyond them. Beloved initiate, as a vast being, you are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities you held. Instead, you are becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy this uncovering of even more of you. You are finally understanding that you are not just the product of your parents' values and ideas, or the product of what society has been trying to drill into your mind through education, to media, through political messages. You are a sentient being who is able to decide, this is who I am and this is what I am not. This is what I'm realizing about myself, and this is what I've always knew about myself, but somehow I kept it hidden. So what you can say to activate this beautiful energy is, I open to receive an unconditional name and love, the spiritual name that will help me this day as I grow into conscious realization of more of my divine self. You will notice that many of the spiritual teachers that exist in the world and that have shared their books, their talks with us, have had at some point a change of name. They may have been born with a Western name, but then they changed it into an Eastern name. I feel like you too can do the same. You don't necessarily have to go to the local administration and change all of your documentation to reflect this name change. Some of you may do that. Some of you could even undergo a gender change in this period. But I feel that for the majority of you, you will find out your spiritual name, and your spiritual name will be conveyed to you as you worship a deity or as you get in touch with an animal spirit. I see that benefic animal spirits for you at this period in time are, of course, the image of the bull, but also the crow. The crow being a messenger of rebirth, of connection with the world beyond the veil, and the symbol of the goddess of magic in the underworld, Hecate. So whether you decide to pray to Isis, to work with the energy of Maya, the goddess of illusion, or whether you decide to pray to Hecate, that doesn't really matter so much on a deep spiritual level. The important thing is that you have a relationship with a higher being and that you pay attention to what this higher being wants to convey to you. Find out your spiritual name, utter it in silence, and listen to the voice of your intuition. You are moving forward on your spiritual path. This activation portal makes sure that you will prevail over anyone that you have been struggling with. And especially a conflict with somebody that you love is going to reach a beautiful resolution, and you will see things with more clarity. And you will not punish yourself for being naive or gullible, but you will understand that things had to happen in the way that they happened. This is the message that I had for you. God bless. I'm so happy that I was able to convey this message to you without interruptions. It was all in a state of flow. I'm so happy that you listened. I hope that you can benefit from this message, and I love you so much. I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye. As an outro to our general reading, I wanted to give you a general collective message from Goddess Ishtar herself, from the Goddess Power Oracle. So she would like to convey the following things to you. Your intimate relationship with the invisible world is being called upon right now as you enter unfamiliar environments and situations. It's time to commune with the great goddess, the aspect of the conscious universe in her most collaborative form. The world then becomes your oracle as it opens up and communicates everything you need in the form of signs, omens, and messages. Now is the time to pay attention to synchronicities and those moments when logic and reason fail to give you the full picture. The Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar reminds you of the time in her ancient temples when her priestesses served as oracles, communing with the goddess and imparting wisdom to the people who sought guidance. Look at everything in your life as an opportunity for communion, losing the need for self-centeredness, connecting to Source in a sacred, intimate way. You will not pray on your knees as a supplicant. You engage the great goddess as a partner in co-creation, participating in the making of worlds. No one needs to rescue you when you act empowered, aware, and awake to the wondrous miracle of life that you're part of. This is beautiful. On this powerful note, I close the circle of magic and light. Thank you for being here, Goddess Ishtar. Thank you for being here, my beautiful crew members. I cannot wait to come back at you with better messages, more inspired, light, luminous messages in the coming period. Take care and happy activation portal. Bye-bye.